talking to me? You talking to me? Who the hell else do you think you're talking to? You talking to me? I'm the only one here. Okay, sorry. That was horrible. Review for this video is Taxi Driver, classic 70s cinema film. Robert De Niro in an iconic and just career best role. I mean, definitely one of his earlier performances was still one of his best. I mean, it is hard to pick a favorite from this guy. Definitely the movie that kind of, aside from Mean Streets, it did kind of escalate Scorsese to like film god like status. I've seen this movie maybe a billion bajillion times. I've lost count really. One of my favorites, and it's hard to choose a favorite from Scorsese. Hard to choose a favorite from De Niro too. But there's something about this movie that's, even for the time, like this was nominated for Best Picture, which unfortunately wasn't nominated for Best Director for Scorsese, nominated for Best Actor De Niro, and for its screenplay by Paul Schrader, and its score, Bernard Herrmann's wonderful score. Great music in this movie, definitely. But it was something at the time, and still today, you don't see too much. I mean, to have a character that's basically psychotic, but at the same time, kind of leading you into his world, and for the 2 hours that you're in this movie, you kind of jump into Travis Bickle's skin. You know his world, his dark and disturbing world where there is loneliness and isolation and paranoia and just kind of a darkness that I think to some degree or another is within everybody. Like everybody feels that this world is full of scum, that everyone's just doesn't understand you. This movie takes it to an absolute extreme, in a very profound and skillful way from Scorsese. Definitely supported by the excellent script from Paul Schrader, and further enhanced by the man, the myth, the legend, the great Robert De Niro, who gives this excellent performance as Travis Bickle, the taxi driver, who brings himself into a world of basically vigilante justice. Kind of what the movie does in sort of I guess a fair way is that they do take some very slight breathers from Bickle's point of view to focus on, say, like, an area of the film with Albert Brooks and Sybil Shepherd, their normal world and stuff like that. And also with Jodie Foster as the young prostitute and Harvey Keitel as the pimp, they kind of show their world as too, and kind of the parallels between that. With Travis Bickle essentially in the middle of those two worlds, like he has this almost mechanical way about him where he kind of thinks, okay, I could probably understand this normal kind of world. He's absolutely obsessed with the Sybil Shepherd character, and he wants to kind of get into her world and feel like a normal person. But then there's also the world of the prostitute, played by Jodie Foster, this dark world which he sees as more of a reality and a problem. And essentially, I mean, it's like, politicians can win and lose. It's not going to solve the supposed real problem. So he kind of makes this decision, kind of as this, mentality of a protector of women and putting them on like this pedestal, sort of. And you kind of wonder at the end is how far gone is he into his own psychosis? Did he really shoot out and save, shoot up the pimp hotel, and did he really save Jodie Foster? Did he really get a thank you letter from her parents? Like, you kind of wonder, like, how far gone is he into his own delusions, basically. So it's hard to say. It's a challenging film. I mean, basically, again, I'm probably going to say this with almost any movie I review, but it's hard for me to say exactly what makes this great. Film critics have been talking about this movie for years, from when it first came out and became such a huge sensation in the 70s to today, as the classic that it rightly is. So I can't really put into words how great it is, but hopefully you know. But if by any chance you have not seen this movie, please give it a watch because it is an absolute classic. De Niro is the man. Scorsese is the man. It's a brilliant picture. It's one of the greats. Definitely one of the greats from the 70s, and one of the greats of all time in cinema. And it's all the cooler that, you know, they decided to the Academy, they decided to see a movie that was a little bit different, but still effective, and proving like the power of cinema and kind of this modern revolution of movies that can be like this. And Scorsese was kind of on the front line of that revolution, still continuing to make great and risky films today. But yeah, gotta watch this movie. Academy Award nominated movie, people. It's a great one. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for watching. And really, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Kapow!